Hey, I've been playing this video for a little while, and I'm doing it. Why do I have to point the camera like that? That's weird. What the heck? Okay, sorry guys, my camera. Okay, so today I want to talk about what's good about my visual impairment, what's not good about my visual impairment, what people assume I can do, what people assume I can't do, what I actually can do, what I actually can't do, and what a visual impairment is. So, a visual impairment is when someone doesn't have the normal vision of a regular human being, when they have certain conditions that like say the retinas have been cut off or something like that. That's probably more blindness though. I have friends who are completely blind, but personally I am visually impaired. In my case, I was born without a globe in the right eye, and then I have some tissue missing in the left one. So, that is what a visual impairment is. So technically I only have one eye, and then my other one is fake, this one. Now, what people assume I can, there's not necessarily anything that people assume I can do, but it's more of like assuming what I can't do, or just what I'm capable of in general. People assume that I need help all the time. No, I don't. I will usually ask for help. Either that, or you can just ask me if I need help, because I'm not always going to ask, because sometimes I kind of have a problem with that. But yeah, I mean, come on. Some people assume that I can't necessarily see them when I'm, like, talking to them. Yes, I can see y'all. I can see people. When they're talking to me, I can see them. I know it's hard to believe, but yeah, I can. There's a difference between visual impairment and blindness. That's another thing I wanted to talk about, was also that. Also, people think I need to be guided everywhere. No, not necessarily. I mean, even blind people don't need to be guided everywhere. They're very independent, and so am I. It's probably even more so given that I do have some vision. So yeah, there's that. And then, let's see. Oh yeah, and like, I've seen this with a lot of people on YouTube have said this, and I'm like, why? I'm like, so I'm not the only one that experiences this. People literally think that it's their knowledge, or they need to know, or they have to know what we can and cannot see. I mean, honestly, that doesn't necessarily matter, but I mean, I get it. They would want to know what I can and cannot see. So does mom. But yeah. Also, this just came into my head. People think that glasses will help me. No, glasses do not help me. Magnifiers don't help me. I have had people that are like, oh, just use a magnifier, just use blah, blah, blah. I can zoom in on my iPad, that's fine. I can't use, like, a magnifier, and this one time, this is when my aid was, like, fairly new to me, I was using a magnifying glass, and with me, I have to put things directly up to my eyes to see them, right? And my aide was like, you don't put that up to your eye, it's wrong, you need to, can't put it up to your eye, you have to, like, do this. And I'm like, I can't see it that way. And she's like, well, that's the only way it's going to help you. Then we tried to have me wear glasses. That didn't work, obviously, because of my missing eye. So, no. Some visual impairments are like both of your eyes, you have both of your eyes. There are some people that have prosthetic eyes. I thought I was like one of the only ones. I do know a friend who's blind who has 2 prosthetic eyes. But yeah, I could never imagine what life was like with that. And when I say they think that I need to be guided everywhere, I'm talking watch me at recess, like guide me to the freaking bathroom. I mean, it's ridiculous. This was like last year. I was like, because that was in 7th grade, because I'm in 8th grade now, and this was last year when I was in the new school, and I'm like, no. I'm like, huh? No. People are also very impressed with how much Braille I know. Very, very interesting. It's very interesting, like how impressed they are. They're like, oh my gosh, you know this much Braille? My student knew this much Braille. It's interesting because I didn't realize how far ahead I really was. But I guess, yeah. And another thing, people are surprised with how techie I actually am. Like, not last year, but in 6th grade, 2022-2023 school year, I literally was using my computer, which, by the way, I kind of hate because I know you need the skill, but I don't. Like, JAWS just doesn't work with me. I can use an iPad, phone, Braille Sense, just fine. Computer, I have a bad relationship with. I have bad history with computers. But back to this point, this one boy was like, oh my gosh, wait, you know how to use a computer? You're the coolest. And I'm like, thanks? Because, like, it's interesting. Because, and what surprises me is how many people don't know about assistive technology for the visually impaired and blind, and how they're like, oh my gosh, wait, what? You guys can use technology? If people have technology for prosthetic eyes, we definitely would have technology to work computers and phones. I saw some person post on YouTube that people think that we can't use phones. I've never had that experience personally, where someone has been like, you know, you're using a phone, what? I'm like, huh? No. Yeah. So what I actually can and cannot do necessarily, I can walk to school, like, meaning mom drops me off at the curb and then I just walk to my class. That's what I mean. Our house is like 25 minutes from the school, but I can walk to school very easily to my class. It's pretty easy. It's not a big school or anything, so yeah. I can play on the playground without bumping into things. I don't use my cane on the playground. Like, why would I? Some people, and this is like some adults, think I need to use my cane on the playground. Why? I don't. Like, I don't understand why they would think I would need to do that, honestly. Next, I do know how to run. Like, I can run a path. I do well at running paths. I can't necessarily run, like, say, a path made with cones, unless they're, like, those bright orange cones with reflective tape I had, like, in 6th grade. Those were awesome. They're big cones. I may bump into them, but at least I can see them. But I'm good at running a track. I can run a track. I can stay in my lane. Mom was telling me, because I had this track meet one year in 6th grade, and she goes, girl, those people, when they heard you were visually impaired, they were like, are you serious? Like, they did not believe me at first because they didn't know that you were running so fast. They didn't assume that you would be able to run that fast. And the next girl just bumped into a bunch of people and barely stayed in her lane. She's completely sighted. And I just was like, heck yeah. To my blind friends, I'm giving a double thumbs up. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. So that's good. In 6th grade, I remember, like, my aides would be like, if Melly, my mobility teacher, wasn't there, I couldn't run unless I had my cane. I am not running with my cane, okay? That would get in my way like crazy. No way. Also, I think some people, like, assume that you need to use your cane in your house. No. No, I don't. Like, not even blind people do. And the reason why I know that's just because my friends don't use canes in their houses. I mean, come on. I actually once did it, like, just for an experiment, and I was like, this doesn't feel right. But yeah, so that's that. And I don't do well in crowds at all. I don't. Crowds are my enemies. I hate crowds like crazy. I do not like crowds at all. But it's not just me not liking them. I physically cannot manage them. Especially with my cane. I mean, it is a disaster. I once tripped some boy with my cane, and they're like, oh my gosh. And I got kind of scared because they almost took me down with them because my hand was tight on my cane, like it always is. And this was also in 6th grade. But it's funny because I definitely get a lot of people like crowding around my backpack a lot of the times. Literally. And I will have to like tap them with my cane, be like, move. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but please move. I need to get to my backpack. I do remember like one of the girls was like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm just trying to get to my backpack. And they go, effing move. I'm like, okay. Bruh. Anyway, they're like, effing move so she can get to her backpack. And they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. They're kind of the popular girls, too. So it was interesting that they would listen to me and what. Anyway. So yeah, there's that. Also, I am physically capable in PE and athletics. I just get nervous doing any type of flips since I don't know what's behind me. I have kind of a phobia of, like, say there's, like, this thing called the back pedal, and I'm scared to death of it because I don't know what's behind me all the time. I mean, no one else does, but if I look back, I can get very nervous. I once fell and really injured my wrist. I didn't break it. I have never broken a bone ever in my life. I've also never gotten stung by a bee. People just don't believe that. They're like, wait, what? I got close to it, though. Like, on Thursday, there was, like, a swarm of bees around me, and I was like, please get away from me. I have a major bug phobia, and I cannot get over it. I can't necessarily see friends in the crowd. They'll have to say, like, Sasha, hello, or Bellatrix, depending on which friends they are. Yeah. Also, if y'all are waving to me, it is, and I don't say hello or wave back, it's not because I'm rude. I can't see your wave. Okay? I've said this to a lot of people because I can't see your wave. I will do this a lot where someone will say, hey, and I'll be like, hey, like, I don't know who you are, okay? I will literally go, because I don't know who you are. Depending on, right? I will need y'all to specify. Not all the time. Sometimes you need to specify that. The difference between visual impairments and blindness, I need to say this right now. Because people get mixed up all the time. Blindness is when you can't see anything at all or you just have light perception. Blindness is either NLP, which is no light perception, or LP, just light perception. Just light perception. You can only see light, you can't really see anything else. Is that a visual impairment? Not necessarily. Is that blindness? Yeah. Salome has NLP. Remus has NLP. I do know that Ollie has light perception, but nothing else. I think Logan has NLP too. Like, nothing. Can't see anything. So if you're wondering why Mooney Lupin's videos are literally just black and nothing else, girl's blind, she can't see what this is, okay? So yeah. Anyways, and it's interesting because another thing I can do, right? Another thing I can do is videography, photography, and video editing. People think because of my visual impairment, I'm not good at it. On the contrary, guys, I'm actually pretty good at it because with me, if I have to use something with my vision, I will literally strain my eyes like like this. Like, I will strain my eye to see something. Like, no lie. And that's how I can video edit and stuff like that. And how I can aim the camera. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Blindness is where you can't see anything. Visual impairment is where you have some problems with your vision. You have either peripheral vision problems, central vision problems, you've got like tunnel vision or cataracts or something retinopathy. I don't know what it is. But yeah, all I know is I've got anaphamia, microthalotania, coloboma, optic nerve hypoplasia, and nystagmus. A bit of nystagmus. It's not that bad. Mostly blind people have nystagmus because they can't focus on things. I can't honestly focus on something for a long time. It does sometimes pain me to look people in the eyes because I'm usually looking like this. But, yeah. So, thank y'all for watching this. I'll see y'all later. Bye.